Shalom, it's Levi Shore. Welcome back to Sweet and Good Torah. We see something incredible in Parsha Kedoshim, and Hashem tells us to be holy because Hashem's holy. And it's a huge question. How do we become holy? What is holiness, and how do we become holy? So let me read you the pasuk from the Parsha. So it says, Daber el kol adas bnei Israel. So Hashem tells Moshe, he tells Moses, he says, speak to the whole assembly, the whole congregation of the children of Israel, the Jewish people, v'amarta aleichem, and say to them, Kedoshim tihiyu, you will be holy. You will be holy. Why? Ki kadosh, because Hashem says, I am holy. Ani Hashem Elokechem. I am Hashem, your God. Amazing. So what does this mean? Hashem's holy, and Hashem says, you will be holy. And then the Parsha tells us, the Torah portion tells us how we can become holy, and it tells us the secrets of Kedusha, of holiness. So Rashi starts to give us our first clue. Rashi says, on Kedoshim Tihiyu, when you will be holy, what does it mean? He says, Havu Perushi min ha'arayos. So Rashi says, you want to be holy? What you should do is you should remove yourself, perishus, separate yourself from physical immorality. Meaning the only physical relations that's going to bring holiness is the marriage between a man and a woman. And any physical relationship outside of that is not going to bring holiness. And then Rashi says, Umin ha'avera. An avera, crossing over the commands of Hashem, doing something that the Torah forbids. By not doing that, it's going to bring holiness. And then Rashi goes on, he says, Shekol makom she'ata motze geder erva. And from wherever you find a restriction, a wall, a border of physical immorality, ata motze kedusha. There you can find holiness. So from refraining from what the Torah calls the mitzvah lo taseh, the negative mitzvah, something you won't do, or refraining from something that's prohibited, we can find holiness. Something that the Torah prohibits, we can find holiness. So in the whole Masechta, the Gemara called Kedushin, it's all about marriage. And it teaches us something very incredible in there. It teaches that you can have Kedushin, you can have holiness between a man and his wife, between the Chasen and the Kala, the groom and the bride. And because what happens is when they get married, when the man says to the woman, Ata mekudeshes li, you will be holy to me, they prohibit themselves to everyone else in the world. And when they just have the special bond of marriage, they have Kedushin. They have holiness. It creates holiness. And so too, when the Jewish people, when we entered into this bris, with only Hashem's our God, the only infinite God there is, the only infinite being, but by refraining from avodah zarah, from a worship of anything else, it creates holiness. We become Kedoshim. So, in essence, the 613 mitzvahs of the Torah are all the pathways of Kedusha, of holiness. And when we refrain, when we don't do the mitzvah lo taseh, when we don't do the negative mitzvah, when we refrain from, let's say, we don't eat the non-kosher food, or we don't have a prohibited relationship, or when we don't do something that the Torah says not to do, and we don't do a malacha on Shabbos, we don't do creative work on Shabbos, we bring holiness into ourselves and into the world. And then when we do a mitzvah aseh, when we do a positive mitzvah, we also bring holiness into the world. We bring the spiritual energy called Kedusha into the world, and then this spiritual energy brings bracha. It brings blessing into the world. And it brings the beautiful sunny days. It brings the gentle rains. It brings the abundance of fruits and vegetables, the abundance of animals and fish and birds and everything good in the world, and children, and just all blessing. This Kedusha makes us holier, and we can bring the Kedusha into the world. Especially when we're in the land of Kedusha, the very special, the one special country that Hashem's designated with the special Kedusha, the special holiness, where it says the air itself of that land is filled with Kedusha. Where is it? Of course, Eretz Yisrael, of course, the land of Israel. So the whole Parsha has a total of 51 mitzvos, And 38 are the mitzvahs lo ta'aseh, the negative mitzvahs. And then 13 of the mitzvahs there are mitzvahs aseh, the positive mitzvahs. So I'll give you an example of a few, just to give you an idea of how some of these mitzvahs work. So one mitzvah that makes us holy is the mitzvah of ish imo v'aviv tira'u. You'll respect your mother and your father. You'll treat your parents with respect. You won't sit in their chair. You won't interrupt them. You'll act to them, in a respectful manner. And it makes us holy. It fills us with Kedusha when we do this. When we act respectful towards our parents, it's a mitzvah that makes us holier. The mitzvah of Peah, beautiful mitzvah. Le'ani v'lager ta'azov osam. We leave a corner of our fields. When we have fields, Bezrat Hashem, maybe we'll return to Israel soon with Mashiach, and we'll actually have fields again, if you're blessed to have a farm and you have crops. But there's a mitzvah, we leave a corner of the field, and we don't harvest it, and we leave it for the poor people that need food, or we leave it for the ger, the converts, or someone who's left their family, their friends, their nation, and they may not have a lot of material abundance. We leave it for the ger who's joined the Jewish people. The beautiful mitzvah, a very important mitzvah, the Chofetz Chaim spent so much time to explain the importance of this mitzvah. Lo seilech rachil. Don't make yourself a seller of gossip. Don't gossip about people. Don't chas v'shalom. Don't speak lashon hara. Don't speak badly about people. Don't speak evil things about people, even if it's true. And when we don't, every time we stop ourselves from saying lashon hara, every time we stop and don't speak lashon hara, we bring Kedusha, we bring holiness in ourselves and into the world. And if you want a good way to practice speaking good about people. Speak Lashon Tov, good things, good language. Another beautiful mitzvah, Shalo Linkom. Don't take revenge. Someone doesn't give us something or lend us something. When they come to us to borrow something, we don't say, oh, no, you didn't lend me this, I won't lend you that. Or you didn't help me here, I won't help you there. It's hard, but it brings Kedusha in the world. It makes us holier. Don't take revenge. And then the most important mitzvah in some ways of the whole Torah, Rabbi Akiva, the great Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Akiva, he said that this is the Klal Gadol, this is the main rule of the whole Torah. The beautiful mitzvah, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your friend like yourself. Love yourself. See the good qualities in yourself. Be a good person. Love yourself for all the good in you. And look for the good in others. And love them like you love yourself. These are some just the beautiful mitzvahs in the whole Torah and the Parsha of how we can become holier. And then, Bezrat Hashem, we can make a holier world. And hopefully soon we'll see the coming of Mashiach who can lead us in the ways and the paths of Tahara and Kedusha. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you back again soon on Sweet and Good Torah.